What's up, guys? Duffy Moon 13. We are back here for my conspiracy box opening. Gonna crack this first pack. I'll probably skim through the commons, show you guys the uncommons, the rares. You know, may give my draft opinion, my first pick opinion. You know, if anything, any of the commons or any card that kind of, some of the newer cards that I'm not really very familiar with, they catch my eye, I may say something about that. But yeah, first pack cracked. First card, first pack is a brainstorm. Like I said, I mean, even if I get 4 non-foil brainstorms, I want to play a set of them because it's my favorite art. I think it's a lot of people's favorite art. It's really, really cool. So we got one. There's one on the list already. Just skim through these real quick. Not really seeing anything that's standing out to me so far. Tragic Slip. I love that card. All right. Uncommon. Fires of Yavimaya, or whatever it is. Yavimaya. It's a really good aggressive card. You know. Haste. Sack it, give a creature. Trample. It's pretty cool. Or no, it just gives 2/2. But anyway. Meridian Score. Cool, cool, cool. Decimate. That'll destroy a bunch of stuff. Destroy tons of fun stuff. For our rare. And the conspiracy card is a hidden agenda. And it's the one that gives a creature a +1/+1. Not amazing. I don't know. Definitely decimate in this pack. Or really even the fires would be a good card. But yeah, decimate in a multiplayer format. This is definitely pick one in this pack. I mean, unfortunately, you might have to hit one of your things if there's not enough out there, but very rarely. This is a, you know, 4 for 1 in most cases in multiplayer. Definitely pick one in this pack. And we got a brainstorm. So pack 1 of opening is pretty awesome. Let's see what we get back to. Okay. This comment's cool. This guy gives you an extra vote with your Will of Councils. Pretty awesome. Get through these, make sure there's nothing absolutely cool we have to go through. Alright, we got Jetting Glasskite. Targeted, he gets countered. The first thing that targets him, he gets countered. So he's hard to get rid of. We got another core for your mana fixing. We've got, what is that? Pelico Worm. Big presence on the board, and it's going to gain you 7 life. And you know, it draws you card when it dies. Pretty awesome. Not a horrible pick. But over the Pristine Angel, yeah, probably definitely pick one in this pack. That's hard to pass up. That would be hard to pass up. Our first mythic out of this box. And then we got our construct is a rare construct. You draft them face up. As you draft this card, you may remove As you draft a card, you may remove it from the draft face down. They're not in the pool anymore. And then this comes in to play with X 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of cards removed from the draft with cards named this. So, pretty interesting. Pack 2 Mythic, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Right. Let's see. Howling Wolf seems to be a pretty awesome card for multiplayer. Get to find all your Howling Wolves, and if you can put this under a hidden agenda, like the 1/1 counter hidden agenda, or the cost 1 less agenda, then you can get these guys out pretty fast. Get a bunch of them out on the board. Seems pretty good as a common. He seems pretty cool. So we got a Glimmer Point stack for a little flicker action. Always cool. Really cool card. We've got a Breakthrough. Yeah. Drawing cards. Helping your hand out a little bit. Warmonger's Chariot. For an equipment. It's kind of expensive. 5 mana into it, but +2/+2. You can give, something with Defender, you can make it attack. I mean, usually Defender guys are already big, so. And then we got Heartless. Yeah, however you say it, that's a crazy last name. But him on the board, if he goes a turn, if he survives a turn, I mean, he just kills your life. He kills your life total. I mean, that's hard to deal with. You guys, in a limited format, he wrecks faces. He does a good job. He can do a real good job. And then we have got our construct is the Clockwork Spy. You may look at the next card drafted from this booster. So whatever, you get to see what your opponent to either side is getting out of this pack that you passed. It can give you some sort of info on what they might be playing. Interesting. All right, let's see. Get through these, not seeing anything too crazy. Hunger of the Howl Pact, I love that card. And then Straw Block, looks cool. So we got Sky Spirit. 2/2 flying, first strike, seems pretty good, definitely limited. We've got Factor Fiction. It's a classic gray card. Really, really good card. Bite of the Black Rose. It's a new Will of the Council card. It gives you a couple options. Depending on your option, all creatures get -2/-2, or your opponents. No, sorry. Creatures your opponents control get -2, and it's not everybody. So either their creatures get -2/-2, or they discard 2 cards. So win-win for you. For 4 mana mid game, they may only have those 2 cards. So yeah, that could definitely wreck their hand or their board presence as creatures go. So that's a really good council card. And we've got our second mythic of the set, which is another Will of the Council card. Basically, it's gonna destroy a board, all boards, or you draw a card. So I think in most cases at turn 4, people probably like their board. They're probably not going to care that you get an extra card to keep their board presence. With 3 other players. But eventually, once your board gets really going from all the card advantage, yeah, they'll pop this thing real quick. So you'll probably get a couple cards out of it. It's pretty cool. And we've got our second rare of this pack, which is our Construct card. This is the one that you draft up, and immediately after you draft, you may reveal a card from your card pool. Each other player may offer you one card in exchange for that card. And then you can tap him to draw a card and discard a card. So he loots. He's pretty cool. Second rare of the pack. 3 casting cost, 2/3. He seems pretty decent. I would still go with the portal out of this pack, just for the card advantage, the draw. Yeah. I mean, but the bite of the Black Rose is, I don't know. I mean, if those other cards aren't in your, you know, you're not feeling that, this is a really good card too. Really dig that card. Really cool idea. All right. So here's our second brainstorm. I think out of 2 boxes, hopefully I get a playset. Let's see. Tyrant's Choice. Is that what it is? Yeah, Tyrant's Choice. It is a common Will of the Council card. Yeah, basically your opponents are going to sacrifice a creature or they're going to lose 4 life. And if they don't vote correctly, like if they don't come together on the vote, then that's, I mean, 4 life out of each one of your opponent's life totals is pretty good. And I mean, they may have like a little chumper on the ground to block, or sacrifice, So in most cases, you definitely want to vote for them losing 4 life. Alright, Treacherous Org. Treacherous Org. It's got Dethrone, which is a new thing. As long as you attack the player with the most life total, or tied with the most life total, they put a 1/1 counter on it. And this guy has, if you pay 3 life, you can add 1 red mana to your mana pool. So like if your life is crazy, you could just add a bunch of mana to your mana pool. That's pretty crazy. We got a Death Reap Ritual. Pretty cool. Morbid. So, that's a good card. We got a Peace Strider. It's going to enter the battlefield, and you're going to gain 3 life. And our rare is Reign of the Pit. Each player sacrifices a creature. Put an XX black demon token with flying into the battlefield, where X is the total power among creatures sacrificed this way. That could be a pretty ugly demon if you play it at the right time. Then we got a Conspiracy card. It's a hidden agenda. It's called Secrets of Paradise. This one basically gives a creature paradise. Tap for any mana. Birds of Paradise action. Early game, that could be awesome. Put this hidden agenda on a 1-drop or a 2-drop. It can ramp. Good for ramping. Good for mana fixing. Not a bad pick, but yeah, Reign of the Pit. Definitely pick one out of this one. Just yeah, having a huge flyer in the air is crucial when it comes to limited format. So very cool. So what we got next? Let's see. This one's kind of cool. It's a common. Whenever players finish voting, each opponent who voted for a choice you didn't loses 2 life. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. 2-1 for 2. All right. So we have got Wood Sage. Good top deck filtering. Uncontrollable Anger. Flash Enchantment. +2/+2 and's got to attack each turn. That is not a bad card, especially for limited. I dig it. Relic Crush is going to get rid of some artifacts and some enchantments. 2 for 1 card for 5. And then we got Brasandra. Pretty sure that's how Brasandra, however you say it, but yes, she is awesome. Definitely first pick in this pack. Definitely a first pick. Double Stroke is an amazing card. It's probably one of the best conspiracies. So you're going to start with this in play with a instant or sorcery named. And when you play that instant or sorcery, you're going to copy it. So basically, if it's a removal, it's going to make, you're going to be able to remove 2 things with that 1 card. Or if it has anything with like a cantrip ability, you're going to draw 2 cards. Yeah, Double Stroke is definitely one of the better conspiracy cards. Yeah, I mean, Brasandra, definitely pick one, but this is hard to pass. Hard to pass. Hard to pass. Okay. Seeing a lot of these Howling Wolves. If we were drafting this box, that would be a pretty decent card to draft. Another Factor Fiction here. And we got a Smallpox. Great dredge card. Yeah. Lose life, discard a card, sacrifice creature, sacrifice land. I mean, if your board is looking pretty good, it's a great card to use. We've got another Warmonger's Chariot. Our rare is a Drakestown Forgotten. When this enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards, I can remove a 1/1 counter from this, and target creature gets -1/-1. It's okay. I don't know. For 5, I mean, multiplayer, I mean, that's where it shines in multiplayer, but even at that point, turn 5, it's usually going to be a slower format, you know, a slower paced game, so I don't know. Unless you got it real late game, I can't see it being that big, and just only to make it smaller to do -1/-1 to something. I don't know. It's kind of a junk rare right here. I got a foil, what is it? Soul Catcher. Flying, a 1/1 for 2 mana. Whenever a creature with flying dies, put a 1/1 counter on this. That seems pretty decent. Definitely unlimited. And then I got a conspiracy card, which is an awesome conspiracy card. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token with Defender onto the battlefield. This is definitely my pick one out of this. You start the game with this. your first upkeep of the game, you get a 1/1 guy that is going to be a chump blocker, or you can use it to as your one guy for your smallpox. Or, I mean, yeah, having a 1/1 creature every turn that you can use to block a crazy dude on the floor, that's pretty powerful. This is definitely my pick one out of this pack, especially since my rare was crappy. Easy pick one right here. Love that card. Really cool. Alright. Hey, and it even came with a 1/1 defender construct. That's probably common. They probably come together. But either way, you got the token with it too. Interesting. Alright. This will be the last pack. I'm going to go to a different video. I want to keep it under 20, but it looks like we're a little over right now. Alright, let's see. We got a card with a new mechanic called Parlay. It is a 2/2 for forecasting cost. When this enters the battlefield, each player, this is what Parlay does, each player reveals the top card of his or her library. For each non-land card revealed this way, put a 1/1 counter on this thing. So for forecasting cost and 4 people revealing a card, I mean, what she can potentially be a 6/6 for 4 mana, which is pretty good. In most cases, you may get 1 or 2, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't pick her highly, but she has got potential. She's definitely got potential. Let's see what else we got. We've got, is this Marquisha's Infiltrator? It's got Dethrone. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. 1/1 for 3. We got another Soul Catcher. We have got a construct card, Ruin Servitor. Servitor. That's probably what it is. Each player, when this dies, each player draws a card. Not bad. Okay, our rare is Plea for Power. Will of the Council. Starting with you, each player votes time or knowledge. If time gets more votes, take an extra turn after this one. Pretty decent. If knowledge gets more votes, then or tied, you draw 3 cards. I think it's a pretty decent card, especially in like Commander or other formats, like multiplayer formats. And then I've got a foil Conspiracy Double Stroke. So yeah, that's pretty awesome because it's one of my favorite conspiracies. But Plea for Power would definitely be first pick in this. If it was my first pick, first pack, I mean, at that point, you know, if it was like a late pack, then I may not even be in blue. Another Double Stroke. That's not bad either. Alright, so we're going to go on to the next video. Finish off the first half of this side. It's going to be a long one. Cool.